All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and it's finally time to take a little bit longer of a look at the DOXA 300T SHARKHUNTER model. I did an unboxing of this one, I think about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and so I've gotten a lot of wrist time with this watch. I took a camping trip right after the unboxing for about 4 days, where I wore this watch nonstop. Absolutely love the piece, and I'm so excited that I actually went ahead and purchased it on the Beads of Rice bracelet this time. I picked this watch up from Watches of Switzerland. Down below in the description, I will leave a link to the unboxing video if you want to check that out. And in that video, I mentioned that I owned the 300T orange dial model, which is considered the professional. At least that's what it's called, right underneath the sub 300T. And I really enjoyed that watch, but being a Dodgers fan, having such an orange and black watch, it was a little bit disheartening for me, let's say. And also I knew that Jacques Cousteau, who I'm a kid of the 70s growing up, everyone knew who Jacques Cousteau was, and he was famous for wearing the SHARKHUNTER black dial version of the watch, even though the orange dial is known as the professional, and everyone knows that orange is the best for diving, but one of the coolest divers ever wore the black dial version, so go figure. But anyways, after a few weeks of wear of this watch, I wanted to bring it up here in front of the camera and take a closer look at it and talk about it. And so I am incredibly satisfied with the purchase of this watch. Like I said, I think in the video, I think this was my third purchase from Watches of Switzerland, and that went off without a hitch. If you want to see how well they do at boxing the watch when they ship it out to you, if you're thinking about making a purchase from them, definitely check out that link down below in the description. So let's get into the specs on this watch overall if you're not familiar with the 300T model. This model is a 42.5 case from side to side. Comes in just under 50 lug to lug, but as you can see with the Beads of Rice bracelet, this does have non-flexible in links right here that are going to mail-in links that are going to take it out to over 52. So if that's going to bother you, make sure you understand that. I do have an alternate rubber strap for this watch that I've worn it on. So think about that before you buy it. You're coming in on just over 14 millimeters of thickness on this watch, and based on the waterproof or the water resistance of this watch, that's definitely needed. And you have 20 millimeter lug openings. Talking about the water resistance on this watch, even though it says sub 300T, you'd think that's 300 meters, but no, this watch is 1200 meters, so matching the original 16600 Sea Dweller of 4,000 feet water resistance. So incredibly water resistant and capable dive watch, visible with the automatic helium escape valve there on the side of the watch. Now, I'm not going to get into it, but a lot of people will argue that DOXA was the first with the automatic helium escape valve. A lot of Rolex fans will claim they're the first. I own both watches. And you know, there's a lot of people that say they were developed in conjunction during C-Lab. But you guys, let me know down below in the description who you think came up with the automatically helium escape valve first. You know, let me know. The dial on the watch is typical DOXA dial. You've got the logo over here between the 10 and 11 o'clock. Nice heavy-duty indices. Really everything about this watch is a dive watch, because what are you worried about on a dive watch? It's not minutes. I mean, it's not hours. It's minutes and seconds. And so that's what this is really all about. You got a big minute hand. You've got a very prominent second hand with that big pip on it. And you've got these big heavy-duty indices with aluminum that are surrounded by the other indices. So everything is very deliberate. You have the patented bezel on this with your dive times associated with your decompression times here. This is a patented bezel design, so something that only DOXA does. 120 click. I'll be quiet so you guys can hear that clicking here. Very nicely done. Originally running ETA 2824s, and these have now moved over to Sleeta SW200, which is 38 hours power reserve, automatic, high beat movement with date functionality. One thing I will say is this is the second DOXA that I've owned, and they do offer this with COSC certification in these watches. They're going to cost you about $500 more for that. But I got to tell you that every single one I've owned has been a dead nuts runner. I mean, they run perfectly. The watches run spot on. I really can't complain about them. This is the second one, and after many weeks of wear, it is running perfectly. So that's really cool. Signed crown on this watch with a little Jenny fish. This company, it is owned by the Jenny family still, or now to this day. And you can see that really unique bezel knurling associated with DOXA. The beads of rice bracelet is beautiful, brushing on the sides, polishing on those center beads of rice center links, and of course that DOXA adjustability with the micro adjustments there. We'll open up the clasp and take a look here. Solid clasp assembly, and on the back you have the DOXA logo with that ship. I have not removed the plastic yet because I do remember on my first one that it scratched up pretty easy. That little ship logo there scratched up really easily, and after just a little bit it was really scratched up. So I've kept the plastic on there just to preserve that and keep it looking good. So let's go ahead and pause it for a second, get this watch on my 6 3/4, 7-inch wrist and see what it looks like, and then we'll stick around for the Lume shot. All right, here is the watch on my wrist, a little over 6 3/4, maybe 7-inch wrist here. With that 42.5 case, it fits well. They are making I think they're the 200s now, with less water resistance and GMT movements in 39.5. If you watch my video on the wind-up watch fair in San Francisco, I did talk to a DOXA rep there from Topper Jewelers. She was awesome, very knowledgeable, showed us some cool watches. And she said there's new stuff to come. She wouldn't give me any more information about that. And some of that new stuff to come is certain models, I think, being discontinued. So kind of think about that if you are thinking to get a DOXA watch on your wrist. So let's dim the lights and check out the Lume. All right, and here is your Lume. You guys can see that 12 o'clock pip on the bezel. Glows kind of a faded orange color. Very cool. Very nice Lume. I will say that for a dive watch, the DOXA Lume is not as impressive as maybe it could be. I wish that Lume pip at the 12 o'clock was a little bit brighter, but I'm not a diver and I think I expect things that really aren't even necessary. So let's bring up the lights and go out looking at this one again. All right, so there you go with the DOXA sub 300T SHARKHUNTER black dial, 42.5 millimeter case. If you guys like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And let me know down in the description if there's a DOXA on your list, if there's a DOXA watch you're thinking about getting. Let me know down there in the description which one it is, what model it is. And remember, the rep told me that there might be some stuff going away this year in 2025. So if there's something from the DOXA lineup you're thinking about getting, maybe jump on that one now just to make sure you can still get it. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.